It is my honor and privilege as the Chief Faculty Marshal to proclaim the opening of the class of 2020 Butler University Commencement exercises. First, I would like to thank Professor Michael Colburn and the Butler Wind Ensemble. Thank you for providing our lovely prelude and processional music. At this time, I am pleased to introduce Mr. Keith Fowler, Chairman of the Butler University Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dr. Sorensen. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the Butler class of 2020 in-person commencement. The people of Butler were kind enough to provide me a really condensed little speech, but I'm going to go off topic ever so slightly because I thought I wanted to say a few things different to the class of 2020. Looking for a little inspiration, I followed the tradition of many Butler students and alumni. I went to Broad Ripple, had a burger and a drink. Water, of course. Class of 2020, you've had quite a year. Last part of your senior year is supposed to be fun, have a good time, fraternity and sorority with your fellow classmates. Instead, you are scrambling with the rest of the university to figure out virtual learning. Also deciding if it was safe to shake hands, yet dance or hug someone during that time. The COVID epidemic pretty much devastated our country's economy. So if you were fortunate enough to have a job before you graduated, it could have disappeared before you got there. And for those of you who hadn't had a job, the idea of not being able to interview in person, which has always been a bulldog strength for Butler students, it must have been pretty tough doing all this stuff online and Zooming. We applaud you for your tenacity, being able to get through a really, really difficult year. Hopefully the lessons you learned will help you if you have to experience difficult times like that in the future. Last year, you joined an illustrious group of 50,000 approximately Butler alums who live in all 50 states in our union and 71 countries throughout the world. So you are always pretty close to a fellow Bulldog. The careers and achievements of these graduates attest to the quality and the experiences they gained at Butler. And I'm also sure that in this last year, you've already contributed to that legacy of accomplishments and will provide many more in the future. Now I'd ask you to stand and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem by the Butler Wind Ensemble, conducted by Professor Michael Colburn. And at the conclusion of the anthem, please sit down.
At this time, please welcome Dr. Jane Gervasio, Professor of Pharmacy Practice, College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, and the faculty speaker reflecting on the class of 2020.
President Danko, Provost Morris, Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the graduated class of 2020. I am truly honored and delighted to speak with you today. Truly. I am, even though I was asked to speak specifically to the past year in review, which quite frankly, I thought, ugh. This last year, really speak to it? A pandemic, racial and civil unrest, an insurrection, and political divisiveness? Many of us want to forget it, not reflect upon it, and certainly not listen to someone speak to it. However, I realized you are here today. You sit before us stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever. So yes, I am delighted today to speak to you. Firstly, I'm delighted to tell you that I was right. And yes, all teachers love saying that. What was I right about? Well, let me remind you of what I said at your degree conferral. I said to you, I encouraged you, do not let the setback of not being in person for graduation diminish the outstanding work that each of you did. I said life was full of the unexpected, and it was how you embraced the unexpected that would define who you truly were and your successes both in your career and life. Your character and how you approached the challenges that life presented would underscore how truly spectacular you were. I mentioned many of the challenges you faced while you were in Butler University and repeated multiple times how you successfully navigated each obstacle you encountered, and you would continue to do so. And you did. You did successfully navigate challenges. Think of last year. What a journey it was. You did it. You successfully navigated it. And I know I speak for everyone here, on the stage, in the audience. We are so proud of you. No, it wasn't the best of years. And I know this year was hard and harder for some of the others. I definitely know for sure it was not what you envisioned. However, while you may have gotten disheartened at times, I hope you always remained confident in the betterment of the human spirit. I know I did, and I realized the reason I remained and continued to remain confident was my belief in you, our next generation. Butler University allowed you space to learn about yourself, to define who you were going to be, to navigate your direction on that journey. On your college path, you opened your mind to new and diverse ideas, and you critically and thoughtfully engaged in conversation and actions. You engaged in community services, and you realized what it meant to be a citizen of this country. You needed those skill sets more than ever this past year, and as such, you are stronger and more resilient now than ever. You do have a bulldog soul. You may even dream like a bulldog. Your fortitude and spirit for a better world lifts me up, and you inspire me. In front of me are people who listen, not just talk, people who think and not just react, people who identify a positive direction, not just the negative response, people who love, not just hate. Simply put, because of you, I believe in a better tomorrow, and I hope you do as well. I know you're asking yourself, remember, she's not only a teacher, she's a pharmacist. What special drug did she get her hands on? Nothing. Here's the truth. I'm not an eternal optimist. Some days I'm glass half full, and some days I'm glass half empty. However, I am truthfully, honestly, and realistically stating, I know you will use your skills and your talents working with each other in the spirit of community for the betterment of humankind. It was a tough year, but you're tougher. This year challenged us to reflect on ourselves, listen to each other, and challenged us to be better people. If we can look at the challenges from last year and grow, if we can ask more of ourselves, pushing ourselves to be better people, then it was a worthwhile year. If after this past year you are kinder, more empathetic, and loving, then it was a worthwhile year. This period of time was just that. It was a period of time. And what you did through that period of time will again underscore how truly spectacular you are. L.R. Knotts wrote, "Do not be dismayed by the brokenness of the world. All things break, and all things can be mended, not with time, as they say, but with intention. So go, love intentionally, extravagantly, unconditionally. That broken world waits in darkness for the light that is you." Butler University graduates of 2020, continue to lighten the world.
Please enjoy our talented Butler Chorale's performance of The Road Home with music by Stephen Paulus and text by Michael Dennis Brown. Thank you to Dr. Eric Stark and the Butler University Chorale. And now, the 21st President of Butler University, James Danko.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to what was supposed to occur 1 year ago, but as they say, better yet late than ever. I know so many Butler students and their families were disappointed by the way the final semester of 2020 played out, with students not returning after spring break and the pandemic prevented us from celebrating your accomplishments on May 9th, 2020. Given all we have experienced over the past year plus, I think we've gained an even deeper appreciation for the importance of social gatherings and the value of celebrating life's milestones together. I want to thank the families and guests who have joined us this evening for this very special celebration. While we prefer Hinkle Fieldhouse at full capacity, we are grateful that we are able to safely accommodate guests this year. To our graduates, I congratulate you on your accomplishments. Certainly, graduating from college is not easy. It requires discipline, a strong work ethic, and an unwavering commitment under even the best of circumstances. But you were truly put to the test beyond anyone's expectations during your final months at Butler. You have done more than stay the course through a global pandemic. You've also experienced major social and political upheavals. You have seen our country grapple with the racial injustices and inequities of the past year. Within this larger context, you have also confronted the personal, academic, and professional challenges that are fundamental to the college experience. You have demonstrated your strength of character through your actions, your friendships, and your service to the larger community. You have used your own unique talents to make our campus and the world a better place, and for all of this, I commend you. Your perseverance, combined with the outstanding education you've received, makes you exceptionally well prepared for the future. All of us, your family and friends, your professors and Butler staff members, are proud of you, and I hope that you feel this pride in yourselves as well. We are also grateful, as I know you are, for your parents, family members, and friends. Their support and encouragement have helped you to reach this milestone. Let's take a moment to give them a round of applause and thank them for their love, support, and encouragement. And also a special shout out to the mothers who are with us this Mother's Day weekend. I hope this celebration makes your weekend even more special. To our graduates who continue their journey as Butler alumni, I wish you success and remind you to lift up others who need help. Continue to serve your families, friends, and communities as you have here at Butler. And please come back and visit us often. At this time, it is my pleasure to recognize Dr. Catherine Morris, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Morris is concluding her nearly 25-year career at Butler University, with the most recent tenure serving as Provost, as she has been selected as the next president of St. Lawrence University. I'm so very grateful for all she has done for Butler over the years. Dr. Morris?
Thank you, President Danko, for your very kind words. In May of 2020, we conducted a virtual degree conferral program. But today, we gather with you, your families, and your friends to mark this significant moment in person. You get to graduate twice. Let this moment sink in, class of 2020. You've made tremendous effort to get here today. Your class represents 45 states, the District of Columbia, Guam, and 6 countries around the globe. Tonight we have 286 graduate students and 1,062 undergraduate students we are celebrating. Congratulations again on your academic work. I'd like to take a moment to give special commendation to our students, our graduates, who earned various academic honors, which are distinguished by the special cords or stoles that are part of their academic regalia, as specified in the virtual program. Many congratulations to those of you who earned these academic distinctions. Class of 2020, your development as graduates is a direct consequence of the meaningful interactions you have had with our faculty, both inside and outside of the classroom. Graduates, I ask that you take a moment to reflect on the transformative influence our faculty have had on your lives. And faculty, will you rise so we may honor your role in our students' educational successes? Thank you, faculty. On a very personal note, I'd like to thank you for having been wonderful colleagues for me over my career at Butler. It means the world to me to have those relationships with each of you. Graduates, the diplomas that you earned signify your academic accomplishments under the tutelage of this outstanding faculty, grounded in the liberal arts and complemented with training in your discipline or profession of choice. Graduates, the faculty, staff, and administration are proud of you. Commencement is one of our proudest days on campus. And as you mark this next phase in your life, know that we trust you will continue to be excellent ambassadors for your alma mater. And we look forward to continuing to hear from you about the ways in which you use your Butler education. We will now present the graduate and undergraduate degrees. This is the part we did last May virtually, and now we're delighted to do again with all the appropriate pomp and circumstance. Will all members of the class of 2020 please stand? Mr. President, the candidates standing before you have completed all of the requirements for their respective degrees. They have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees, and I now present them for the conferral of their degrees.
Now, this doesn't mean this is 2 degrees, does it?
Doesn't mean 2 degrees.
Just wanted, for the record, this is your first degree, correct? All right. On the recommendation of the faculty, the Provost, with the approval of the Board of Trustees, and by the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degrees recommended with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
In keeping with academic tradition, those of you who earned bachelor degrees may now move your tassels symbolizing those degrees from the right side to the left side of your caps. Congratulations.
Hello, my name is Scott Bridge. I am a lecturer in the Eugene S. Pulliam School of Journalism in the College of Communication, and I am also the internship director in the College of Communication. As your reader, I kindly ask that you hold your applause to help make certain all graduate names will be heard and to maintain the decorum of this important day. Once all graduates have been honored, you may applaud their collective accomplishment. I thank you for your respectful consideration. Before we continue the celebration of our 2020 graduates, let's take a moment to recognize the university's college deans. Deans, please rise as I call your name. Dr. J. Howard, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Dr. Brooke Candle Cisco, Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Hilary Buttrick, Interim Dean of the Lacey School of Business. Dr. Robert Soltis, Dean of the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. Dr. Lisa Brooks, Dean of the Jordan College of the Arts. Dr. Margarita Geertsema Sly, Interim Dean of the College of Communication. And now I present the Butler University graduated class of 2020. The names are called in the order students are ushered to the stage. Eleanor Hirsch. Lauren Reese. Ashley Backus. Tini Partasui. Autumn Bowen. Alec Larner. Benjamin Gross. Chelsea Groves. Nicholas Golding. Samantha Keenan. Madeline Gray. Caroline Raymond. Madeline Murray. Kara Bishop. Emily Jewell. Hannah Kroller. Emma Richards. Allison Pence. Malachi Carter. Carrie Crone. Robert Dunning. Sarah Robinson Payden. Patrick Schaefer. Alexander Moore. Avery Tannenhouse. Carter Cox. William Guthrie. Caradwin Snow. Sean Kish. Claudia Vinci. Violet Daniels. Sarah Kazmierzak. Douglas Roche. Sarah Medura. Gabrielle Douglas. Jacqueline Gerlach. Maria Scarpitti. Clara Bin. Sarah Lillis. Muhammad Mukhtar. Zachary Eaton. Daniel Traylor. Grace Anderson. Gwendolyn Spencer. Blair Trustee. Talia Green. Michaela Semenza. Reed Richmond. Mary Moore. James Moore. Ariana Morrison. Jackson Wild. Madison Goad. Courtney Cash. Brendan Benvenuti. Ashley Walden. Sydney Thompson. Jalen Voiles. Michael Baina. Madison Doobie. Jarrett Rightly. Haley Hammonds. Brendan Spencer. Ashley Cole. Samuel Pfeiffer. Mary Barnett. Claire Mueller. Abigail Wenzel. Claire Shea. Patrick Conway. Ethan Urbanski. David Sexton. Madeline Wilson. John Plate. Patricia Friend. Elise Narsutis. Grace Langford. Christian Gonzalez. Caroline Durava. Rachel Counts. Andrew Weisbach. Hunter Wheatcraft. Philip Faso. Camille Arnett. Liam Obernesser. Catherine Kraus. Natalie Pollack. Chelsea Robinson. Lauren Ullman. Elena Bueller. Christopher Brown. Chloe Marsh. Joshua Doring. Lane Wright. William Locke. James Freeling. Connor McKinstry. Hope Freeling. Grant Kamala. Allison Everhart. Amanda Piraway. Courtney Frichette. Paige Bragg. Kristen Odorico. Lucas Graydon. Andrew Suspeniak. Michael Higgins. Aaron Blades. Jared Winter. Samuel Hubie. Stone Banks. Jose Apollo. Megan Barnett. Brian May. Sarah Haley. Mia Coates. Christiana Henthorn. Erica Olson. Catherine Bain. Savannah Betcher. Emma Darwin. Joshua Mullenix. Sarah Abusnene. Elizabeth Labovitz, Emily Thomas, Catherine Auberg, Maya Davis, Kaylin Jessel, Lauren Wyrick, Nida Caceres Martel, Rachel Kegler, Neil Shaw, Leo Martin, Madeline Paraskos, Madeline Thomas, Anna Bradbury, Margaret Broderick, Emily Fleming, Sean O'Brien, Joseph Ulrey, Ivan Ross, Rachel Schmidt, Maxwell Tucker, Valerie Farmer, Nathaniel Lehman, Sierra Purcell, Cheyenne Dishman, Emily Hassick, Maggie Jones, Lindsay Zimmerman, Anna Swenson, Peyton Thompson, Jake Bowers, Bailey Barish, Emma Laux, Emily Erickson, Madeline Miller, Joseph Alberts, Samuel Robinson, Adam Daniel, Alice Moore, Allison Balin, Madeline Peters, Carolyn McGrail, Savannah Mathers, Carson Middlebrook, Jenna-Lane LeBlue, Elizabeth Strife, Emma Fernandez, Tyler Sagowski, Brandon Locke, Kevin Tyberski, Morgan Skieries, Owen Loftus, Emma Coyne, Gwyneth Sell, Liliana Churko, Rachel Spodek, Sorel Groh, Rebecca Osgood, Marissa Owen. Gabrielle Pippin. Madding Mann. Bailey Gordon. Madeline Greer. Daniel Albrecht. Allie Moffett. Jessica Stein. Margaret Kiefer. Avery Schott. Melissa Evans. Jacob Bedell. Adam Habel. Kaylee Ortiz. Grace Hart. Christopher Marquez. Hannibal Hurt. Zoya Barker. Casey Sobex. Brianna Green. Anthony Gorovsky. Rebecca Rhodes. Abby Craig. Christina Swider. Alejandro Rodriguez. Taryn Plowman. Rachel Wilburn. Jacob Markeski. Rachel Vandeveer. Jacob Mummert. Nicholas Cooney. Francesca Cambria. Shelby Bentley. John Harness. Jessica Conlon. Bryce McDonald. Gracie Monroe. Daniel Tinky. Ellen Ward. Tina Lenardos. Carolyn Hurdle. Brittany Hill. Francesca Lucchesi. Zachary Bowdler. Zoe Renschler. Stephen Graham. Madeline Gearhart. James Gleichman. Mary Schroeder. Roshni Patel. Emily Dworak. Blake Leonard. Daryush Kolova. Abigail Smith. Morgan Mikowski. Zachary Okalida. Matthew Mace. William Bukta. Sarah Eichmeyer. Grantham Bunton. Thomas Hermson. Matthew Mungie. Madeline Wright. Jacqueline Murphy. Jack Wiesenmayer. Zachary Sterrett. Madeline Eisenhout. Emily Forrest. Jacob Conrad. Taylor Pugh. Lauren Chars. Malene Peterson. Morgan Blades. Lillian Thuma. Mary Ashley Casino. Kaylee Pletch. Hannah Epley. Emma Sporer. Catelyn Baker. Trudy Odenwald. Brian Wenger. Jillian Moss. Jessica Heckathorn. Daniel Dowling. Bridget Spitali. Jessica Lee. Tiara Teeters. Trenton Wright. Taylor Bowen. Catelyn Purley. Riley Wildeman. Haley White. Hillary Hahn. Elizabeth Smith. Jacob Rushton. Joshua Rushton. Sarah LaFear. Elizabeth Wang.
The alma mater of a university is often the collegiate national anthem. Throughout the lifetime of a university, faculty, staff, students, alumni, and family join in singing the alma mater within university ceremonies as a symbol of loyalty and pride. Graduates and guests, please enjoy the chorale's performance of the alma mater under the direction of Dr. Eric Stark, conductor and professor of music. Please stand for the singing of the alma mater.
Let us recognize the talented Butler University Chorale and their director, Dr. Stark, as well as the Butler University Wind Ensemble under the direction of Professor Michael Colburn for their beautiful musical contributions to today's celebration. With sincere congratulations and best wishes to the graduated class of 2020, I hereby declare the 2020 Butler University commencement exercises closed. Please remain seated until the platform party and the faculty have recessed. Graduates and guests will be released after the recessional.